That's not true.
That's not true.
So,
wow.
I'm just trying to see myself on TV. You know how you call a radio show and then you quickly hang up so you can hear your voice on the radio like you never heard your voice before? Used to do that. The Twins post-game show. Oh.
Hey, why is it that we're all not allowed to go to shul, but here you are just hanging out in a shul?
You know how people always say don't work on Shabbos, and then shluchim basically the only day they work is on Shabbos? It's basically sort of the same idea.
Everything that the world does, you do the opposite.
Das balabatim.
Das balabatim, hebech das teira. No one's allowed to go to shul. You live in shul.
So how do I get Chabad of Calabasas Facebook on? I got to share it. Oh, share. Here we go. Okay, hold on one second. We're gonna get this straight. Chabad. Just trying to share this to the Chabad.
Where is it now?
We're on my personal Chabad. I mean, my personal Facebook. Dee da dee da 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 da. Dee da da da.
I thought you were singing.
Yeah, I don't know how to do this.
Sara, Sara, Sara.
Yes. So many songs are related to each other, they don't even know it. That's the truth. All right, anyway, I'll figure this out one of these days.
I think I just posted it to my page. No, in the bottom right, there's this thing that says share.
Yeah.
You click it, you click it.
Right.
And then there's a thing and it says news feed. And you can click it. And then you can choose which page
news feed?
You don't see?
I see write post, watch party, copy link, and share to group.
No. On top of that is your icon, your picture, whatever you call it, next to your name.
No.
Does it say newsfeed there?
Okay, anyway. It'll have to suffice. So, hello everybody. Welcome to Soul Interviews and the launch. This is the first interview. And this is the first interviewee.
This is the first one?
Yeah. Like Tuki's first home run. We have to say Ashechianu.
I didn't realize I have this zechus.
You have every zechus.
Kirby's first home run?
Tuki.
Oh, Tuki's first home run. That makes more sense.
I often confuse Tuki with Kirby. It's something that two of my childhood heroes, and I confuse them all the time. So anyway, everybody, before we lose the audience completely with our abstract
banter,
we would love to hear from people. If you have some comments or questions, we'd love to hear from you. We'd also love to hear from you about whether the stream is working well and whether you can hear the conversation. We'd also like to know where our guest disappeared to. That was a pretty short visit. That wasn't very long at all. He's back. Baruch Hashem.
Back.
So
light, but I'm not good at this.
I'm not good at creating light?
Hashem is really good at this.
Yeah, he's much better.
Much better than me.
So we're just going to go ahead and assume that the stream is working well, and we'll hope that people will send us messages if it's not. And let's just plug in. So first of all, let's crack open a beer, or in my case,
a seltzer.
Right. L'chaim v'levracha.
I
already made a bracha. A few minutes ago, I don't want anybody getting nervous. I already made a bracha. L'chaim. You see it all over, plastered all over the internet.
Well,
Friedman brothers have an interview and rabbi doesn't say a bracha on his seltzer. Anyway, tis the season for a scandal. So, Benny, how are you doing?
Amazing, Baruch Hashem. Thank you, Hashem.
Okay, that's very nice to hear. I want to play a little bit of your new album, just off of my phone without too much technology. I just want to play a little bit of it for people that may not have heard.
What album? There's a new album?
Well, I'm going to play it for you. Maybe you've heard it. And you tell me if you like it.
You do like a screen share?
Ala Chaim Baruch Halberstam. See if you can lip sync. It doesn't work. Here, your voice does something funny over here with this song. Goes down a few. Anyway, it's a beautiful album, and I'm not just saying that because it's your brother, because I'm your brother. Although I am your brother, it's very, very nice.
Thank you.
And a few people have told me that. Oh, what is that?
L'chaim.
Oh, wow. Okay, go ahead, crack it open. No, that one's good too.
This show is sponsored by Dr. Pepper. That's right. We want to thank all the healthcare professionals. Yesterday we had a flyover. I'm sorry, you were saying something?
I was saying, how much is Dr. Pepper paying you to put their brand on our interview?
Exactly. One cold one.
That's good.
That I paid $3 for.
They know us too well. They know us too well. Can buy us off with a bottle of cold soda.
That I have to pay for.
For America.
We would love to sponsor your show. Here's what we'll give you. For $3, you'll get a bottle of cold Dr. Pepper. Deal.
That's why you need an agent. That's why you need an agent. And preferably an agent who doesn't like soda.
Yeah, so it's impossible to find.
It's impossible to find an agent that doesn't like soda. So, ladies and gentlemen, the name of this program, can't open it. I said crack it open, you don't listen. The name of this program is Soul Interviews. Soul being spelled S-O-U-L. Soul Interviews. And the purpose of these interviews is so that we can have a good time and we can experience some good humor and some rich experiences, and hear stories, perspectives from different various people, personalities. And we begin with Benny. And I'd like just like to say that I've known Benny for many years, but I've really first got to notice the fact that he has perhaps a future in music. Actually, during our Sheva Brachas, when Shani and I were getting married, and during the Sheva Brachas, we had a Sheva Brachas hosted by Rabbi Josh Gordon Olav Shalom at Chabad of Tarzana. And during the Sheva Brachas, Josh got on your case to sing something. And I got to tell you, I didn't know why. I didn't know what was the big chachma that you should sing something. Why not get on Shmuli's case or Zalman's case or my case? I don't have a bad voice, you know. You want to hear me sing?
I would love to.
Okay. See, people want to hear me sing. So the Chadaya. So I didn't understand what was the big thing about Benny singing. Anyway, so you sang Shtarat Noim from Avram Fried. And then you got to the end of the song where it goes really high. And I thought for sure Shani's not going to like my family after this. And you nailed it. And it was beautiful. And I never knew that you had singing talent before. I guess you developed it in Postville and I was already gone. and you were gone. You were in Postville. I was in Miami probably, and our paths didn't cross musically. So that was my introduction to your musical career. I'd like to stop for 1 second and say to Shoshana Plotkin, who just said, thank you, Ellie. I think that we should make a l'chaim, that everybody who needs a refuah shleima should have a refuah shleima, and we should hear unbelievably happy, good news today.
Amen.
Amen. So, l'chaim. I'm sorry that I don't have any hard liquor, but Benny does. Oh, that's Dr. Pepper.
No, I mixed it together.
You mixed it good.
Yeah.
Shoshana l'chaim, Shoshana. We love Avram. Look forward to seeing him again soon and for bringing with you guys. And most importantly, we love the chocolate chip cookies that you bring when you come for Shabbos. It's a very important part of my life. So everything needs to go back to normal. L'chaim, l'chaim.
L'chaim.
So, Benny.
Yes. So I want to say,
yeah,
I remember once, maybe it was like Pesach or Sukkot. I don't know. We were all home for some reason. And I started talking to you about the pros and the cons as far as Hasidishkeit or whatever about becoming a singer, becoming Avram Fried. And you said to me then, you said, whoa, hold your horses. Nobody in this room is becoming the next Avram Fried. All right? Avram Fried was born with extraordinary talent, and he was gifted by God, and he was touched by the hand of God, and whatever. There's no, I mean, so let's just put that. So then I made it my life's mission to prove to you that even without God-given talent, could still make a living in Jewish music business.
So I have two questions for you. First of all, have you ever thought about where that need comes from to disprove somebody who says something like that? I mean, what is this psychological desperation to disprove me? I mean, I said you're not going to be the next Avram Fried. Why didn't you just accept that harsh reality?
Could be because it was Pesach and it was after the 4 cups, and I was like,
that's probably what it was.
I like, no, because when you're like in that situation, you always up for a fight.
That's true. Probably we just walked around. Who did we walk home after the Seder? Who was that night?
What happened after the Seder?
That's true. It must have been a few years ago, because when you did the Seder with us, you didn't make it till the end.
Oh, no, I didn't.
You made it to the middle of the Seder.
Oh, my goodness.
So you needed to disprove my assertion, which I don't remember making that assertion.
Because it was after the Seder.
Okay, no, but not even now, looking at your success in music, it makes no sense that I would have said that then. You understand? You understand the logic? It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, then the second question is, you said that you would wanted to prove that you can be successful without God-given talent. So where did you acquire your talent?
Same place I got the light.
It was off-brand talent. you got a knockoff from some alternate source.
I got knockoff talent. I mean, I you know what I mean? I till today, when I watch Avram Fried in his element, it's like mind-blowing. So I don't think there's any comparison there. And nevertheless, I have some fun songs. You know what I mean? I make like I take preschool rhymes and make them into international smash hits. I don't know if you can call that God-given talent. I think you can call that a bit of luck.
Gravity-defying feat.
Gravity-defying feat, like a bumblebee who's not supposed to fly, and nevertheless.
Moshe Sokol says you should not try to be the next Avram Fried because you are Benny Friedman, absolute power in your own right. You know this man, Moshe Sokol? Do you owe him money or something? I'm just kidding. So Yuri Kushner commented, Chorasho, Slava B, Chorasho. Yuri Kushner, just so you know who we're dealing with here, who this scoundrel is. Yuri is the one who sent you a message when you first came out with the song, telling you that your Russian is not bad for a Polish. Your Russian is not bad for a Polish guy.
Yeah.
So Yuri has always been the most honest sounding board, and we'd like to recognize his presence here on our chat. And your Russian is very, very good for a Polish, although it's not 100% true because we're half Polish, half Russian, like every Jew in the world. I have never yet met a Jew, unless they're Persian, I have never met a Jew who is not half Russian and half Polish.
Look, even Poland. Poland itself is half Russian, half Poland.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, it's not Tashmoinim. It was like, what did I say? Not Tashmoinim. Okay, L'chaim.
The songs that you have. First, I just want to tell you, just as a shameless compliment, your ability to sniff a hit from a tune is very uncanny. And I got to say, with no offense to anybody else, that there are those who have tried to sniff hits, and their ability to sniff hits is very canny. Your ability to sniff a hit is very uncanny, and it's definitely God-given. And I remember the first time I heard the tune for Yesh Tikva, and I thought, this is a very kvetchy, schleppy tune. And but you were early in your career. I didn't want to disappoint you, so I reserved judgment. Yuri Kushner would have been more honest, but I wasn't so honest. He's claiming now to be only pure Russian and not Polish. He says the only thing in him that's Polish is his vodka. But so there you go. So why are you saying you're not? So that you are half Russian, half Polish. Half of you is vodka. That's
Oh, there it is. Every Russian is half vodka.
All right, and the vodka is Polish.
And the vodka is Polish.
So you're not you like so. So I said, yeah, it was a beautiful tune. It's going to be great. But then it came out and it took the world by storm. So the ability to sniff hits is uncanny. But there is something else. And this, I believe, is also God-given, but also from the family, which is, of course, the family is God-given. And that is, you enjoy people. You enjoy being with people. You enjoy making people happy. You aren't afraid of people, and you're not afraid of an audience. And this is something which is a very great gift, to be able to get up there and be yourself. And in my humble opinion, just from as a fan and as a person who likes music, is what makes a singer enjoyable, is if the singer is not overly worried about what the crowd is thinking and how the crowd is reacting. And ironically, that is what makes the crowd enjoy it and react. So, I mean, I have not come here today to simply compliment you for the remaining time of the show, but I wanted you to know that people who watch you appreciate the fact that you're just doing your thing and you're happy to share it, which is a mechaya. Wow. So let me ask you some questions about this new album. First of all, the new album, for those who are not familiar, the new album is an album without any music. And this is because many Jews don't listen to music during the period of time between the holidays of Pesach and Shavuos, or Pesach and Lag Bomer, period of 7 weeks, approximately, without getting into the background of why this is a bit of a mourning, a grieving period nationally for the Jewish people, historically for the last 3,000 years, approximately 2,000 years. But in any case, so you made an album without any music, and a lot of the songs that you're singing there, just vocally, are not yours, just music apparently that you like, and it's beautiful. It's really, really nice. Where can people buy this album? Is it only on that website, Kumsitz in the Rain?
It's not only there. It's on akumsitzintherrain.com. It's on mostlymusic.com. It's on nigunmusic.com.
What's the easiest one? What's the easiest one for people to remember if they're listening here?
Maybe I could post a link. Can I make a comment? Can I comment over here?
You could, I think.
How could I? Oh. How does one do this? Let me see. It will be available. Look, we uploaded it. Let me tell you something. I'm not even conscious fully of the fact that we have a CD out because today is Wednesday. Exactly last Wednesday, Donnie Gross, the producer of the CD, texted me and said, "Hey, let's make an a cappella album, and we'll have it out. We'll record it in 2 days and have it out on Tuesday, and let's do it. Why not? You're not doing anything. I'm not doing anything." So I said, "Okay." We literally recorded the first note on Thursday, and the last note on Monday night. Like, this is unprecedented in my experience. So, like, I'm not even fully aware of the fact that we just released the CD because I wasn't fully aware of the fact that we were working on a CD. So it's very we uploaded it to the distribution, the online distribution, last night, and it will go up whenever iTunes clears it. And it might be there's a slow backlog. I don't know if they have all their workers in. I'm not sure what's going on exactly, but it will be available on YouTube, on iTunes, eventually. But for now, it's available on those websites that I mentioned. I can post a link if I can figure out how to post a comment over here.
All right.
I don't know how to do that. I just simply do not know. Strange, right? Strange that I can't post a comment, huh? Anyway.
Yeah, I'll put a comment in a second on the Facebook stream.
Would you like me to send you the link? You have the link?
I just posted it, yeah. Anyway, if anybody wants to buy it, you can go to the Facebook stream. It's a website called Akumsitz in the Rain. Akumsitz is a Yiddish word for a get-together, a sing-along. Akumsitzintherrain.com. You can buy it over there. I just want to read you. I don't know if you can see these comments that are coming up on the side. Can you see them?
Yeah.
Shmuel Solomon, he says, "Do you still get nervous before going on stage for a concert?" That's a good question. Benny, do you still get nervous before going on a stage for a concert? That's good. Shmuel, I was going to ask that very same question. So what do you say, Benny? But you have to be honest. I'm not Nachum Siegel.
This is the honesty zone. This is a circle of trust. I get nervous before a show if I'm not sure about what's about to happen. In other words, if it's a show where I'm doing my material that I do every night and I know the musicians and I know we did a sound check and everything's fine, Baruch Hashem, thank God, I have no problem. If it's a show like, let's say, I don't know, Chabad of Calabasas dinner where I'm doing songs that I've never in my life done before, and Bekoshi, I know them the last 2 weeks. So then I do get a little nervous because I just simply don't know what's about to happen. In fact, not only I don't know what's about to happen, I don't know the songs that I'm about to sing. So it's very nerve-wracking, but it's also very exciting to sing songs that you don't sing every night. And, you just close your eyes, dive right in, and you see what happens. Right? So that's basically the nervousness thing. Is if I'm confident with what's about to happen, I have no problem. If I'm not confident, let's say I'm about to say a story between two songs, a story that I've never said before, I'll be a little nervous. if I'm saying the same stories that I've been saying, I have a joke that I say.
Wait, Ben, Manny, look at Avi Shmuelian's concert. I mean, look at his comment.
Manny, what are you gulping there?
No, the next one.
Nervous because the words? Ma Moshiach Mechayim Halan. Oh, nice.
I don't know if you know, but at our concert, when you sang that in Farsi, 99% of the Persians, when I asked them how they enjoyed it, they said, he sang something in Farsi? They said, he sang something in Farsi. They didn't even realize. I take full blame for it, but I'll share some of it with you if you want.
Nice.
But Abu gave me a really, really hard time. Maha, Michaim, Mashiach Halan. We made a whole production to try to make the Persians happy that we sing something like, we want Mashiach now in Farsi, and they didn't even know that we were singing Farsi. Anyway, I'm a man
That's an accomplishment.
What?
That's an accomplishment, right? We snuck it in. Nobody noticed that we suddenly changed languages. Smooth.
Yeah, it's a unique approach to a concert. We try to sneak things in without anybody noticing. Like you invite a bunch of people to a show and then try to do things that they don't notice.
But nobody should know what just happened.
Right. It's like a combination magic show and concert.
Right.
It's a sleight of voice. Yeah, no, I just want to tell you, I very much identify with this whole idea of how you said that if you don't know what's about to happen, or if you're going to sing a song when you don't really know the song, that you're nervous. I got to tell you, I'm also, whenever you're about to sing a song that you don't know, I'm also very nervous. And this brings us to the Chabad of Calabasas shows that you have done.
A lot of Calabasas shows that I've done are my favorite shows.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because for that reason,
Yes.
Because these are songs that I have never done and will probably never do again. And it's exciting. It's very exciting. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not what I do every day. What I do every day is less exciting. So,
in allegiance with our Chabad of Calabasas community, the shul I'm sitting in is our Chabad of Calabasas shul. So decided to put on our Chabad of Calabasas hat. If you can see, it says TGBH, Chabad of Calabasas, and the TGBH stands for Thank God Baruch Hashem. And I think your hat says something very similar. What does it say? Oh, thank you Hashem. But mine was written by Leo, and yours was written by what's his name? Joel. What's his name?
Joey Newcomb.
Joey Newcomb. I think Leo and Joey Newcomb might get along right fine, actually. But both of them have the same idea. Thank you Hashem. So beautiful, Baruch Hashem. Your connection with Chabad Calabasas is something that is a centerpiece of Chabad of Calabasas. When people think about Chabad, people think about our Chabad house and the things that we've done, and what has the things that we've done that are unique. Like Gershon Grossbaum came up with the matzah bakery, and we came up with our annual concerts, and it's the highlight of the year. And the only reason why it's so enjoyable is because you're totally cool about doing it. And I think the only reason you are totally cool about doing it is because you feel no need to prepare for it whatsoever. So what's the difference? You sing this song, that song, sing songs I know, sing songs I don't know. It doesn't matter because I'm not going to prepare anyway. So you just tell me whatever song, like Victor Borghi. You play the song, no, you sing the song you like the best because I'm going to play the song I like the best. And then nobody needs to be nervous. Everybody's happy. Everybody's doing their own thing. So that has made the show beautiful, exciting, and real. But I want to ask you, which of the moments at our dinners or our concerts remained in your memory? Which of the songs or experiences, or you're not going to offend anybody. Just reflect for a second if you remember any special moments from one of our concerts. A lot of the people from our community are watching, and I'm sure they remember many of those moments. So share with us.
A couple of years ago, we did a tribute to the firefighters, and saying, "I'm proud to be an American."
Yeah.
That was very beautiful. That sent chills up my spine. The very, very first year we did Sheyabana, and I almost popped a blood vessel.
The very first year, the songs and the stories of the days of all. This is correct. You know Jackie Mason's joke that when George Bush had what did he say? And George Bush went to the hospital with heart murmurs, and Dan Quayle was vice president. He said George Bush had a heart murmur, and everybody else in the country had heart failure. Whatever. You had to be there. Point of the matter is, when you almost blew a blood vessel,
right?
But that was the first show that was very beautiful. Calabasas Agoura Hills Community Center. It was very, very nice. Those were the days.
Those were the days.
I want to tell you the thing with the firefighters.
Yeah.
So the leader of the firefighters is a guy named
the fire chief,
Captain. I don't know if he's a chief or whatever. He's the guy that got them all together, and he's a macher in the firehouse. And he said, and his name is Hanrahan, like Irish last name, I believe. Hanrahan. And I introduced him as Harnahan. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Anyway, so I introduced him as Harnahan, and then I found out that his name is Hanrahan. So the next time I saw him was at the city of Calabasas State of the City address by the mayor, and I saw the captain there, and I went over to him and I said, I want to apologize because I called you Captain Harnahan at our concert. And he said, yeah, no big deal, no big deal. And then after I sat down from apologizing to him, the mayor recognized the presence of the fire department and Captain Harnahan. So I was cleansed, but it was a very powerful moment with a lot of very powerful men.
Yes, indeed.
And yeah, it was very special. Be'emet, anything else?
Yeah, you see this latest comment that just came in? There's a transliteration version of Yesh Tikva, and it is so cool. Can that be replicated for your other songs? I just want to tell the public that the transliteration version of Yesh Tikva was written by my brother Eli. So if you need all my other songs transliterated, this is the boy right here.
So we had some connection problems, and I didn't hear one word you just said.
Oh, man.
But don't worry, I'm still enjoying your company. Don't worry about it at all. I would be comfortable just to sit here in silence.
There's a comment here that says, there's a transliteration version of Yesh Tikva, and it is so cool. Can that be replicated for your other songs? So I said that the transliteration version, I wanted to say to the public, the transliteration of Yesh Tikva was written by my brother Eli. So if you need all my other songs transliterated, talk to this man.
Yeah, unfortunately, his connection is not so good. Can you hear me well? Only I can't hear you well?
I hear you very well.
So you know the story with Zedi Yechna when his students wanted him to get a hearing aid?
No.
Oh, now I hear you really nice. Try to give a short version of what you were saying before, because I didn't hear. Let's say quick, because the computer will get nervous.
There's a transliteration version of Yesh Tikva, and it is so cool. Can that be replicated for your other songs? I just want to tell the public that transliteration of Yesh Tikva was written by my brother Eli.
What is she talking about? Transliteration or translation?
I'm sure she's talking. Oh, I mean, yeah, it's probably translation, where the song is written in English in rhyme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Although
she's right.
You wrote it. So if they want more of those songs, they should contact you.
It would be very nice if you could. Yes, we should do that for all of your songs, because it opens it up to a whole. But it's not just about writing it; it's about getting it, synced onto the video and put onto YouTube with the English, so people can sing along. First of all, people understand what you're saying.
Right.
Javier Duque wants to know, can you sing in Spanish to Benny? Okay, so I guess
I
he
knew that was coming.
wants me to sing in Spanish to Benny. Okay, Benny, you want me to sing in Spanish to you? Okay, here goes.
But in a way that people should know that you're switching languages.
I'm going to sing the extent of the Spanish that I know. Piso mojado.
Is that
Piso mojado. That's the extent of my Spanish. It's important for people to know.
Does that mean the floor is slippery?
Yes, see, it's important for people to know that. And it's a message in life in general. In life in general, it's important for people to know that this, it's basically a Spanish version of the whole world is a very narrow bridge. Because what if you find out that the whole world is a narrow bridge, plus that narrow bridge is slippery?
Like those signs that say the bridge freezes before the road?
Right. For those who grew up in places where bridges freeze and roads freeze. So if you find out that Gol Ha'olam Kolo Gesher Tzar Me'od and Piso Mojado, the main thing, hey, Sassy Reuven says I should leave the singing to you.
Hey.
There is no end to the chutzpah that you experience as a public figure. Sassy Reuven, we love you very much.
Try to sing again. We'll get more. Yeah, because it gets the comments going.
It does, huh? Yeah. Anyway, so Ben Sion, first of all, I want to express my sympathy to you for people calling you Binyamin. I don't think people know the extent of the difference between the name Ben Sion and the name Binyamin. It's almost like Eliyahu and Eliezer. Not that there's anything wrong with either of the names, but they're not the same. And you can't call a guy whose name is Ben Sion, you can't call him Binyamin. You're right. You are correct. The singing is bringing everybody out of the cracks of the wood. Ben Sion.
Yes. It's not a terrible hardship, but it is something that I do have to deal with on a regular basis.
I want to ask you a serious question, a serious and personal question. The serious and personal question is like this. We are Lubavitcher Hasidim. Are you prepared for this? By the way, Avi, he's gulping Dr. Pepper. We are Lubavitcher Hasidim. Lubavitcher Hasidim have a repertoire of nigunim. Some of nigunim is Hebrew for melodies. The Chabad melodies, of which there are thousands, or maybe hundreds. There are many. I think 2 or 3 books full of sheet music of Lubavitcher nigunim. Some of them have become so famous that people don't even realize that they're Lubavitcher songs. That these are Chabad melodies. And in fact, ever since Avremel came out with his Hasidic, the nigunim, his tapes of nigunim, they've really become universal, and people are asking for them, and Hasidim of other communities are discovering them and loving them. And there's what to love. There are some very, very, very beautiful nigunim, and every Hasidic nigun, every Hasidic melody has depth and beauty, and it's just beautiful and authentic. And when you sing nigunim, you feel it in your kishkis, you feel it in your neshama. So if you had grown up without nigunim, you would be ignorant to the whole existence of these spiritual melodies. Then you would be free to pursue modern Jewish music without any kind of nostalgia for the authenticity of the Hasidic nigunim. So here's my very serious question for you: How do you try, or do you try, when you're singing your songs or when you're singing other modern songs, what is the feeling when you inevitably compare it to the gravity that the other nigunim have? You understand what I'm saying to you? You understand what I'm asking? It's like the songs like Yesh Tikva, even the melodious ballads, they're beautiful. But do you ever feel like stopping the concert and saying, ladies and gentlemen, you want to hear a song? I'm gonna sing you a song, and then belt out something like Michals Lotchever's Tshuva Niggin, or because maybe we just anyway. What do you think?
On my latest album before this one, I have a song called Ehov.
Yeah,
it's like a mid-tempo poppy song, and in the middle, I put in the Alter Rebbe's Kol Doidi, the high part of the Alter Rebbe's Kol Doidi. It could be, I find that I have a hard time choosing hits that are slow songs, ballads, or things like that. I'm much more lost when it comes to slow songs, because I'm always comparing them to slow songs that I know, to slow nigunim, and like there was actually a song that came out a few years ago. Pischili, pischili, achoisi, rayosi, oinosi, samosi, which is a beautiful song, and it actually became pretty popular. And when I heard that demo, right, the composer, who's actually a cousin of ours, Yochanan Gordon, sent it to me, and I right away compared it to the Alter Rebbe's Kol Doidi and said, I don't think so. And it was like in 2 seconds, it just wasn't for me. And then afterwards, I thought, slow down there. You gotta be able to try to separate the two. I mean, you focus and see. But it is a problem. It is a problem that I am struggling with. On this a cappella album, I really wanted to do a Chabad song. And then we decided to go with more songs that people know, and poppy songs, and it's easy listening, and not like Michals Lotchever's Tshuva Niggin, which would be like, okay, pause the CD, close the light, take a l'chaim, take a cheshbon hanefesh, and let's sing a real song. Like, I would love to do it, though. I even this morning, I texted the producer. I said, now let's do a cappella Chabad Nigunim. Nobody will buy it, but...
I don't know if nobody would buy it. Look at Avremel. Look, the fact that Avremel came out with this Lubavitch Nigunim, it's inevitable. I never asked him, but I don't think that he came out with it as a miftzah to teach the world Lubavitch Nigunim. It's just that when a Lubavitcher sings for enough years, eventually he's going to have to come out with an album of Lubavitch Nigunim, because you want to sing them for people.
Right.
How long? Even Adarabbe and Tanya and your Avinu Averachaman, these beautiful, beautiful songs. But you would think that there is this inevitable desire to share music from the neshama, which is what we've all heard your stories, many of your stories about people in very difficult moments in their life, telling you about how your music helped them. And unfortunately, or fortunately, however you want to put it, that happened to everybody now. Look, at the beginning of this, right before Pesach, when this virus was in its worst time, I heard this song, Afila Bahastura. Afila Bahastura is a very, very beautiful song about how God is there even during difficult times. He's there, even if you can't see him, he is there, etc., etc. And the song came out a few years ago. And when 90% of the community listened to it, they listened to it detached, kalt the hate. Yeah, even in difficult times, Hashem is there. What a beautiful song. But the words are devastating. Not necessarily the words are so painfully true and realistic for people who are going through a difficult time. And when we started going through this before Pesach, when it was really, really tragic, and suddenly the song means so much more. It means 1,000 times more when God forbid life aligns with the message of the song.
Right.
So, but that's because of the lyrics. So when you have a song like Yesh Tikva, if you are not particularly hopeless in your life, Yesh Tikva is a nice song. If God forbid a person is going through a situation where they are really teetering on the edge of hopelessness, and suddenly they hear this guy with a nice voice singing Yesh Tikva, it shakes their soul. It's not just a nice song. Anyway, but that's because of the lyrics. The thing with Nigunim is that they do that to you every time you listen to a song, and they don't even have words. And you don't have to be going through any crisis. Life itself is the experience that you're going through that this nigun addresses. So a few times for our concerts in Calabasas, I wanted to say to the crowd, okay, listen, here's what we're going to do now. Benny's going to sing a song like nothing you've ever heard before, like none of his music, like none of the music that you've ever heard. It's going to be something very different. It's maybe going to take a little getting used to, but this is music from the soul. And sing. Ah, yeah, 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 yeah. Anyway, it didn't happen. I don't know if it will happen, but I'm just imagining that for the average Lubavitcher Chassid, this is true. For a person who makes a career out of music, it must be urgent. It must be something very, very pressing. So yeah, I have no doubt you're going to come out with an Nigunim album.
Be'ezer Hashem, it's definitely on the to-do list. But the CD that I came out with previously, before this one, took me more than 2 years. This one that I just did took me less than a week. So I'm thinking, up until last week, I was thinking I have a lot of things that I want to do, but you know what I mean? Each one takes a long time. So till I get to it, it's going to be another 10 years. Now I'm rethinking that whole thing. I can make a full CD in a month. I could be done with my whole to-do list by Rosh Hashanah. Then I have to come up with a whole new to-do list. So, Chabad collection is definitely something that I want to do. It's something that I will do. B'li neder. I got pretty close to putting a Chabad song. Like I said, on this a cappella.
Which song were you thinking of putting on?
Which song was I thinking about putting on? Just need to get it started. 1 second. Ya ma mo inado yo inado mo yo inado oh yo inado da 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 ya ma mo Amamai, amamoi, doi. Amamai, amamam, bam, bam, amamai, amamamoi. Tiri amamai, amamamoi. And then I was going to go into da 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 do. Da 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 do. Da 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 ma da da do. Ya ma mo yo. Da 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 ya ma ma ma. Amam, oh yo yo yamam, yamam, ta oh yo 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 amam, yamam, oh yamam,
First of all, I hope Sasi is happy that I'm leaving the singing to you. I hope that makes him a little bit happier. So it's very, very nice.
I'm L'chaim.
There are two things about Nigunim, about Chabad or Hasidic melodies that make them that you can tell that there's something else about them. First of all, the fact that they have been handed down, however the word is pronounced, punctiliously. I'm not even drinking anything hard, and I can't pronounce the word. They have been handed down. Menti Gutnick is watching, and he should help because he knows how to say this word. But they have been handed down very carefully and precisely, note by note by note. And we know how they've survived, because if you've ever been at a Farbrengen and sang a nigun and changed a note, you could get an eviction notice.
Oh, yes.
From those who are responsible, the people at the Farbrengen who work for the committee to preserve the purity of the Chabad melodies. So the words, the melodies have been handed down exactly, precisely through generations, and if you deviate a note or two, there's the famous Lubavitcher nigun, Mehira Yeshama. So I was at a wedding once together with my father-in-law, Zayn Gesund. And, the chassan comes out, and it's a big celebration. Mehira Yeshama v'yare Yehuda. Oh, here we go. So after the wedding, my father-in-law says to me, "What are you going? I said, "What's the problem?" He says, "That's not how it goes." I said, "How does it go?" He goes, "Come on." He said, "Why? A nigun is a nigun. You can't start changing her." So whether you go or whether you go
there's actually a recording, right? The Rebbe would be Misada Kiddushin, so there's recordings of the Rebbe singing. And I don't know if the Rebbe goes vechutz. I'm not sure, but the Rebbe definitely goes. Koil zazem v'koil simcha, koil chosan v'koil kala, Ay, 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 meheiro yisham. Ay,
Yeah,
ay,
yeah. Yes, I remember that. Beautiful, actually. But the point is that guys, people like my father-in-law and others, have been keeping the nigunim in line, which means that they are precise because they relate and connect to different parts of the neshama, and if you mess with them, you'll break them and they won't work anymore. And the other thing is that there is a song that you're not allowed to sing. That the fact that there is a Hasidic melody that you're not allowed to sing, you're only allowed to sing it at special times. Whoever heard of a song that you're not allowed to sing? Like a copyright? It's like, no, you can't sing it. Al Tedebes Niggin, Dalit Babis, whatever the name is that people give it. You're only allowed to sing it at special times and at a chuppah and Yutes Kislev and so forth. So anyway, so you can tell already that there's something about this music that is sacred. And anyway, I don't have any doubt that the fact that you were raised with nigunim impacts the way you sing, even the regular modern music that you sing. Just the awareness that music is something so real, it can not only get people to lift their feet, it can literally lift the neshama. What you think?
For sure, there's no question about that. Even not spiritually speaking, and not anything esoteric, even from just a physical, the execution of the song, even if like.
I once saw you execute a song. Actually, it was at one of our concerts.
Yes, I've executed many songs.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I couldn't resist.
Always with a Lubavitcher Shchita.
Always. Yes, I'm sorry. The execution of the song. Carry on.
I was singing on this a cappella CD we did. V'oyo Hashem l'melech al kol ha'oretz v'yoy v'yoy lahu yeh Hashem echad yeh Hashem echad u'shmo v'voy echad. So the engineer says, "What's u'shmo v'voy?"
What language? What letter in Hebrew makes what?
I said, No. You're not understanding. It needs to be Ushmo Wavoyecha. That's how it must be. Because that's how you sing.
Oh, so this is the influence from the Nigunim.
Exactly.
This was Donnie Gross?
Yes.
Oh, I like him already.
Yeah. Because he was singing with me that part. He was going Ushmo Yecha. I said, come on. Sing like a mensch. Ushmo Wavoy.
Avremel has a song that he took from Shlomo Karabach. So there's a legend in the family, I'm sure Avremel will deny it, that Karabach called him and said, "What's Pinay?" That's not how it goes. It goes Pinay. So yeah, people are sensitive about but that's because singing, it's like giving a speech and changing essential words in the speech that change the message of what you're saying. It'd be just like changing the lyrics to mean something completely different.
Or it's like repeating somebody's joke. No, you're messing it up.
Right. By the way, the best way, if a guy doesn't want to tell his classic joke or his classic story, the best way to get him to tell it is to start telling it wrong. It's a great thing. Like people who were by the Rebbe for many years, this works every single time. Sitting by the Rebbe for many years, and you're sitting around, and you're like, tell us some of your memories. Okay, you know what? I'll repeat some of the stuff that I heard from you. And then you start butchering it with Lubavitcher Shchita. For the next 3 hours, you can't stop them. That's not what happened. It's not what happened. You know what? Let me tell you what happened. That's what I'm asking you to do for the last 20 minutes. Go ahead. But with the Nigunim, if you change the lyrics of a song, like for example, how can you come home to me while we remain apart, right? That changes the whole meaning of the song.
Right.
But if you change the lyrics, everybody knows that it damages the song. But if you change the tune, The Nigunim testify that it damages the song.
Yeah, our shul here, Ante Lubavitch, we make every once in a while Amlav Malka in somebody's house, and it's very, very beautiful. So I was singing once. Whatever. So Rabbi Yossi Garelik, the Rav in our shul, was videoing it, and I sang, "Vani el Elokim ekro Hashem yoishiein erev avoyke." Anyway, the next day I saw him in shul, and he says to me, I sent it to my brother-in-law, and he said, "Oh, very nice, very nice, very nice. Oh, dort zugelegt."
Yes. The Do Hater Zugelegt in English means he added. He put in an unauthorized addition. So this brings me to my next question or point. The difference between Tati and other speakers.
Oh, let's do it.
Leknish Tzu. So for those of you who live perhaps under a rock or some other hard surface, Benny's father is also my father, which is very exciting. And his name is Rabbi Friedman, and he has a lot of videos on YouTube, and thanks to our brother Zalman, he has millions and millions of views and very, very popular. And a very good man and a very good father. Point of the matter is that Tati has a very unique style, and it strikes me that what is unique about the style is as Elek Nishtsu. The faith.
Punctiliously.
Punctiliously. Oh, you looked it up?
No.
Mandy, are we saying it right? Punctiliously? Because if we're saying it right, that's a nice word. If we're not saying it right, that's a really funny sounding word. But the Benny Tati's style is that the faith that he has in the message that he is saying allows him to say it without any drama. He doesn't feel any need to add drama to the message because the message itself speaks for itself. And it's also an unbelievable faith in the audience. There's an unbelievable high estimation of his audience that he believes that if you just say something and it makes sense, people will appreciate it. You don't have to shout and scream and gesture or gesticulate. I didn't mess with that one.
It was a good effort.
But there are many speakers, myself included, who whenever you speak, you get all ramped up and you start gesticulating punctiliously, and you do not have, and I'm not just speaking openly here, you don't have enough faith in the message itself or in your audience to just say it. I mean, I don't know. I don't remember Einstein. I was born shortly after he passed away, but something tells me that when he was teaching or sharing his theories, he wasn't, E equals MC squared. If E equals MC squared, then E equals MC squared. Now everybody think about that. And people thought about it and said, you know what? The man is right.
Right.
By the way, it cracks me up how people talk about Einstein, but that's a whole different thing. People talk about, so Einstein said E equals MC squared. What's E? Energy. What's M? Mass. What's C? I'm not sure. But in any case, the people that are sure of it.
It's not a cabinet table. We can Google it.
I see. That was the Chachma of Einstein. He didn't Google anything.
That's tough. M represents units of mass, and C2 is the speed of light squared.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say. So c2 is the speed of light squared. And why does c stand for the speed of light? Is
Because
that how they spelled speed in those days? CPEED?
c2 is the speed of light squared or multiplied by itself.
All by itself. Oh, okay. Anyway, getting back to the point at hand.
I'll tell you, Stam,
Yeah.
a couple of years ago, I sang the national anthem at the Brooklyn Nets game for a Hanukkah day that they had, a Jewish night at the Brooklyn Nets. And before, I was talking to Tati, and Tati said to me, just sing the song. Darf nicht zulegen. Everybody who sings the national anthem, they always want to add a certain chiddush, a certain thing. The national anthem is the national anthem. Just sing it.
Yeah, and it's very, very hard to control because you have to be a conduit. Tati talks about translating the Rebbe's Farbrengen. He used to translate the Rebbe's Farbrengen's live, simultaneous, and discovered that the only way to be successful in doing it is to simply be a conduit. You cannot be an interpreter. You just have to be a conduit. The Rebbe speaks, and you simply repeat what the Rebbe is saying. You're not giving an interpretation. In music, there is such a thing as this singer gave his interpretation of this song, a musical interpretation. And for Nigunim are not supposed to have any interpretation. Whoops. Talk about being multiplied all by yourself. What happened to you?
Here we go. Makara, I
don't know. But the song itself is the treasure, and you are simply the one giving it a voice, as opposed to giving it a voice and telling everybody what it means by emphasizing the points of the song that you think are really nice. Like, this is where you're supposed to be really excited.
You know, I recorded a song once that never made it to see the light of day. And I played it for Tati. And I'm singing my kishkes out.
You played it for Tati. And then you want to know why it never made it to the light of day.
Right.
You play it for somebody who's going to be a yes man.
Right. Tati said to me, I don't know, it sounds like you're working harder for the song than the song is working for you. Yeah, that's the vart. If you say something and it's an okay vart, it's not great, but it's okay. If you bah! Oh man, that gives it extra pagaz. But if the vart is working harder for you than you're working for it, then that's a real vart.
Yeah, it's almost like when you speak, you are both conveying the message and also pantomiming the reaction that you expect from the people.
Right.
Here's the vart, and here's how you shall react. And of course, you are doing the reacting for everyone, so no one else has to do it. But when you simply say the point and you don't do any of the reacting, then you leave that for the people who are listening to react. And the same thing with the music. Anyway, that's enough serious stuff. So here's a question. I heard Avremel speaking a few days ago. He was being interviewed by Simcha. And Simcha asked him about some special moments. Avremel said the most special moment. Oh, 1 second. Mendy Gutnick said, Mendy, you don't have to spell it for us. We know how to spell it. Obviously, it's Puntitiliusly. You have to pronounce it. Punctiliously. All right. Thank you, Mendy. But so Avremel said the best concerts are the ones where the crowd gets into it, where the crowd is into it, and you're not begging them to sing along. You're not begging; they're into it 100%. So tell me, when did you have such a crowd?
Quite often. You get that kind of a crowd pretty often, especially when it's younger people. Older people less. Older people like to sit quietly. and then tell you afterwards, I really, really enjoyed that. But I remember a couple of, maybe 2 years ago, I was in Israel and I went to a yeshiva. They have like a summer vacation-ish sort of yeshiva where it's a little bit yeshiva, a little bit vacation. So they had a concert. Concert started like 9 o'clock and we were supposed to be done by 11. Like 200 Bachurim. 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, we were still going. It was fire. It was outdoors in the middle of the desert somewhere, and it was impossible to stop them. Just kept going and going, and after physically, usually what will happen is after a certain amount of singing, you just can't sing anymore. But the energy that was going back and forth that night was like crazy. So that, you have a good crowd. We did a concert for Chabad of Calabasas. They get up and they clap. It's very, very hectic. Dancing through the tables. Chabad of Calabasas is definitely one of my favorite audiences.
Thank you.
And when my son Shalom joined me at the in the driveway for that performance, remember that? In your yard, we had a
between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur.
Right.
That's
and my
right.
son Shalom stole the show, so that was beautiful. But yeah, I mean, if you have teenagers, young people. Yes. Hey, Shalom is here. Let me fix your button.
I thought this was live.
It's live.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You
Want to say hi?
Hi. This is my room.
Thank you, Shalom, for allowing me to use his room. It's one quiet room in the whole house.
How funny is that?
Yes. Very, very punctilious.
Shalom.
I don't know.
Shalom.
Shalom. Say
What? Hi.
Do you remember being in Calabasas?
I think so.
We haven't been there in a while.
Shalom, what is your favorite song from your father?
I like all
You have one?
I like all of them. I can't have one.
Okay, let me ask you a secret question. Benny, plug your ears for a second. Shalom, is your father your favorite singer?
No.
He busted me.
Yes. It is. He is.
Yes, he is?
Yeah.
That's very nice. Okay, Benny, you can unplug your ears now.
Okay.
That was very nice.
High five.
Thank you, Shalom. I want to read you some comments over here. You are furthering my knowledge and just purchased the online download. Looking forward to listening to it after this broadcast.
Nice. Shkoyach.
David Lee. Benny, thank you for everything you do for all the Chabad and Jewish communities all over the world. Your songs and voice bring Jewish souls together. From our own Sasi Reuven.
Nice. Shkoyach.
Mendy Gutnick pointed out that you did sing Asad al-Sudasa on the Kids Rebbe Negunim DVD, so you have sang.
That is true. I sang Hey Asad al-Sudasa, I sang Hu Elikenu for Volume 2, and on my Shabbos album, I sang a couple of Chabad. Well, in fact, the album is called B'nai Hey Chala.
This is true. This is true. Shalom inspired Liba.
Hi, Liba.
So Baruch Hashem, we are joined by the next generation. Eli Spielman says he looks forward to hearing a Chabad collection, even as a non-Chabad chassid.
Meanwhile,
David Lee, I am new to Jewish music as of a year ago, and it was coming across you and Ari Goldwag along with others. I am so glad that I did.
nice. Thank you.
Yeah. Juan Rodriguez, Benny is one of my favorite singers. I love his music.
Thank you. Nice. Shkoyach.
Luis Manuel Alas, playing for Benny in Miami Beach some years ago, backing for Benny in Miami Beach some years ago, was a great musical opportunity, great talent, amazing performer. All the best, Benny. You know who that is?
That one wants to flag. That one wants to the flag.
I need to see it. I need to see it.
Luis Manuel Alas.
Luis.
I can't find it.
Yes, Shia Rothenberg, the secret ingredient in Benny Friedman is making songs into hits. This is true. Ashley Vailu, you are my favorite singer. And my kiddos love you. You are very much appreciated here.
Thank you very much. Thumbs up from Shalom.
Yeah. Yeah, some very beautiful comments over here. Look through them.
Shem.
So, what's your plan? What's your plan for the message that you're when young people gather? I remember at the Werner program in the mountains of Vale. The young people, they take you very, very seriously. Like our uncle Alav Shalom, Yankel Krantz, told his wife, Faye, Tante Faye, who said, I don't want the people to call me Rebbitzin. I don't feel like a Rebbitzin. And he said, they already consider you the Rebbitzin, so you might as well be a Rebbitzin. The young people take you very, very seriously. Not that the old people laugh at your music, but the young people, they take you very, very, very seriously. I was watching it, and I'm sitting and listening to you. You have a power. I wrote a letter to Justin Bieber a few years ago. You know Justin?
Justin who?
Bieber.
Who?
Justin Bieber. He's a guy.
Bieber?
He's a guy. He's a singer.
Ah, yeah, Justin. Yeah.
You know, Justin. Anyway, I wrote him a letter. I said, you have more followers than Moses. You have more followers than anybody in the history. This was when Justin Bieber had more followers than anybody in the world. What is your message to them? Because he lived in Calabasas. And once you get together with 100 young people in Calabasas and talk to them and inspire them and tell them something, something that has some content and some value. But anyway, what is your message for the youngsters when they gather around you and they give you a chance to talk? What do you want from them?
I think that we have to be conscious of the fact that we have zero idea how much we influence the people around us. And we have to take that very, very seriously. Okay. We have to take it very seriously because we underestimated, all of us. We all underestimate that. And secondly, we are called upon in today's generation to be as great as Hashem knows that we can be.
You still with us? Well, we wait for Ben's video to get unstuck. Do you plan on making a CD with your uncle and cousins? I was in Beit Shemesh singing your songs. So happy to be present. Singing Chabad Negunim with you. Thank you so much. Dayenu Hedrington. That is a great name. Benny's point about how every one of us has unbelievable power, influence on the people around us, and we should not underestimate it, and we should take advantage of it, is well taken. And it's a point that's worth its weight in gold. People have influence, And whether you're using it or not, it's being used. You're influencing people whether you're trying to or not. So it might as well be a mindful, intentional influence and not just an accidental influence. And while Benny is not here, we're going to come back. I can tell you that I think that, in my opinion, he's doing a great job of having a mindful and intentional influence on the people around him. But let him talk for himself.
Hello?
You got cut off when you were in the middle of saying, if an influence on people around you, you got to be as great as Hashem knows you can be.
Right. So, like the famous story of the rabbi who came to the Rebbe and said, "I can't continue teaching Hasidus because I feel like it's making me a little bit big-headed." Right?
It's going to my head.
It's going to my head. So the Rebbe responded, "You should become a Symbolizes von dir werden, aber Hasidus sollst du chazeren." You can take into consideration your own spiritual growth or spiritual questions or whatever it is when it's a question of helping others. You have to be as great and as influential and as everything that you possibly can be. And there's no excuses. Today, everybody is a public servant, and we are called upon to change the whole world. Literally. And we have to do everything that we can think of that might be possible to do it. Especially, this is going to spill, especially today with the internet.
And COVID-19.
Where everybody can reach everybody in the whole world in under a minute. We all have to do what we can. And that's it. There's no such thing as a private citizen. Everybody's called upon to do what they can. And like the Rebbe says, Nayim Yoim, if you are capable of cutting diamonds and instead you bake bread, bread's a nice thing. But if you're capable of cutting diamonds, so then it's and you bake bread instead, then it's considered like you're committing a sin because you have a potential that you're not filling, and that's just not acceptable.
Yeah, Emes, just so you know, your greatest fans do not exist yet. Because if we can just judge from our own experience, the music that we listened to when we were children, the soundtrack of our childhood, if you had a good childhood, then the music that you listen to is, what was that, Shalom?
You said that you had a good childhood, and Shalom said, like I am.
Yes, Baruch Hashem. Shalom is a very good childhood. Then that music becomes the soundtrack for your life. And the people that grew up with your music are not yet grown up. I mean, when did you put out your first album?
10 years ago.
10 years ago, when you got married.
I actually met a guy a couple of months ago in the choir who told me he grew up with my music. And I said, I can't grow up with my music. I'm young. How do you grow up with my music? He was 10 years old when my first CD came out.
And now he's 20.
Now he's 20. Crazy.
That's okay. Good. So there you go. So we're starting already. People that grew up.
Slowly.
Yeah. So the soundtrack of your childhood. So which song symbolizes the soundtrack of your childhood? I know I shouldn't ask you these big sweeping questions without some preparation.
It's so much.
Just to wrap it up, what is this? Which song of modern music embodies?
It's hard to say because anytime I'll hear anything that played when I was growing up, I get excited. Like those Miami Boys Choir. Just now, what we got for over quarantine, we got access to the Miami Boys Choir video collection, and I put on one of the things, and they're singing. I don't know what they were singing. Bamarom, and I'm just like, I can't believe it. This is amazing.
You can smell the basement.
Yes.
Smell the basement? Oh.
I don't know, like Tzlu v'zemer. Ezri me'im Hashem oisei shamayim v'horem.
Now I feel like I've been alive because I've heard that.
Yeah. And I feel bad for kids who are growing up now, and they're like their gears to the Yankees is going to be Charasho, you know.
You are so humble. You are so humble. Let's make a shout out to the family. First of all, to our parents in Crown Heights. L'chaim. Hopefully they'll get out soon for good behavior. They've been under house arrest since before Pesach.
Yeah.
To the Seder themselves, like so many other people, and claim to be enjoying their life in their little apartment in Crown Heights. So Baruch Hashem. And by the way, that moment at the latest Chabad of Calabasas concert when we sang "My Mother Shabbos Candles for Mommy," that was a tribute to your willingness to improvise and do things unprepared. That was very nice. It was gold. To our brother Yossi and Miriam and their family in Alabama, and everything that they're accomplishing over there, and to the wedding, Sheyeh b'shotev u'mutzlachas.
Amen. Coming right up.
Yeah. Yes, whenever it happens, it should be a grand celebration, Baruch Hashem.
Amen.
Who's next?
Hi.
Hopefully.
Freehold. What I need to tell you?
No.
I'm just testing you, see if you know. To our sister Zizi in Freehold, New Jersey, with her husband Avremi, and their whole beautiful mishpacha. We both worked for Avremi for summers, gained some good experience, lived in Lakewood a little bit, got to see the world. And Nechemia Moshe Meir.
I heard a story about Avremi. I didn't mean to cut you off. That one time he was by Zaidi Gordon, or they were in the same situation, I don't know. And Zaida asked him, did you see the Medrash on this week's parsha? So Avremi said, no. So Zaidi said, you didn't even peek? You're not curious at all? So since then, as far as I know, Avremi Bernstein learns the Medrash of the parsha every week.
Now he peeks.
Now he peeks.
Now he peeks. To their whole family over there in Freehold, to Nechemia Moshe Meir in Pittsburgh, and thank you, special thank you to Nechemi for nudging that this should happen and making it happen.
For being the glue.
And Yechanan and Bailey, members of Chabad of Calabasas, directors of Chabad by the Sea in Santa Cruz.
Mazel tov on the move. Chadish.
Karov. Who's next?
Chabad of Edgecombe.
Chabad of Edgecombe, the one brother who is most often mistaken for you. The one brother who has given your autograph more than any other one, any of us. Matlan Chaya, Minnesota, and to their children.
And to their parsha questions. Yeah, pretty big hit in our house.
And Chaim and Chana, and the Milwaukee Friedmans.
A great online teacher lives here.
Say what?
A fabulous online teacher lives here.
That's right. And to the Calabasas Friedmans watching upstairs.
Chaim, thank you for being so quiet. Wow.
And Mushka and Malka and Liba. And to the LA Friedmans, Baruch and Dini. And Shmuley and Rifki in Cleveland and their mishpacha. What happened? No, I'm going to get back to Firma in a second. Why did you answer me when I say who's next? Are you going to wait for me to write that? Not nice.
No.
After all the things I could have done for you. Yeah, so Fruma and AY in Salem, Oregon. Happy birthday to AY.
Happy birthday, L'chaim. Mazel tov.
And L'chaim to the whole family, and to Shmuley and Rivki in Cleveland. Mirz Hashem will do, we have some plans for Shmuley. And to Chanula and the kids somewhere in that house where you are sitting.
Yes.
Shalom.
True Gibor.
And David. And Musia. And Isaac.
Nice. Wow.
And to the whole extended family, Baruch Hashem. And to Zalman and Brachi, who are also... did I miss somebody from your family? That's it, Isaac, yes?
That's it.
And to Zalman and Brachi, also in home confinement in their apartment in Crown Heights. And to all of their kids.
I just want to say, when I came in, Chol HaMoed, I was here all by myself. Whatever. So, from no offense taken. So, Zalman and Brachi said, do you need some supper? So I said, I'd love some supper. So Brachi sent over food to last for 3 days. So L'chaim. Thank you very much for that.
L'chaim. And it was a miracle, and it lasted 8 days.
Right.
So all Jewish stories ended. Yeah, not surprising. And to Mushka and Ricky out in the wild, wild Northwest. And, of course, to our dear, darling brother, Nissen Isaac. Shout out to all of you. Baruch Hashem. Betty's music would not be what it is without all of you. And that is a fact. So, Benny, one more song, and then we'll go take on the world.
Okay.
From you, not from me, because we can't have
okay.
comments. Maybe there's a song.
Please put in the comments what song you want to hear.
Okay. That's a fine plan. If anybody in the audience wants to hear something in particular singing, wants to hear Benny sing something, tell us. And he'll sing it, and then we'll wrap it up. Nina Berger, our good friend Nina, says, always enjoying Benny singing at Chabad of Calabasas Gala.
Nice.
Gala? What is Gala?
Baruch Hashem.
Gala is like...
From Pearlstein says, no offense taken. I don't know what she means. I don't know how we could have offended her.
Somebody contacted me and said, we want to start a petition to make all weddings should end earlier, so that this way singers and musicians and wedding hall managers and everyone could get home earlier and could have a little bit of a more normal lifestyle. So I said, I don't know. You gotta call me back when I'm swamped with work, not when I'm doing nothing and chalishing to get to even one wedding. I would much prefer to start a petition where people start taking their shoes off when they come into the house because it's so gross living in Brooklyn
And Corona.
and just march into someone's house. It's like, I don't know, give me the heebie-jeebies. What do you think about that?
Are you only allowed to start one petition? Is that the new rule?
One petition per household.
Yeah. I don't particularly enjoy when you walk into someone's house and they ask you to take your shoes off.
I know.
It's a weird place to start a relationship.
Yes, it's terrible. So how about just not walking into people's houses? That's it.
We're there.
Yeah, that's where we are now.
It's funny, in Calabasas, maybe a year ago or whatever, was an evacuation because of the fire, latest evacuation because of the latest fire. And we were all clamoring that the authorities should let us back into our homes because they weren't letting us back. There was a mandatory evacuation. We couldn't go home. Everybody was upset. Let us home. Let us home. We'll go home. We want to go home. We have to be in our house. And now the same people, let us out. Let us out. You want to get out of our house? Like, dude, you want to be in your house or you want to be out? Make up your mind. You can't be clamoring about both. Okay, Yuri Kushner.
Can you say the story about the two boys who the fire was coming close to their house and they put on tefillin? Can you say that story and explain why it's so amazing?
The story is that there's two boys that I know, the fire was on Shabbos. The fire was burning, and they decided that they're going to do something to save the neighborhood because the fire was burning up to their neighborhood. They live up. I don't know if you remember where Jim Steinberg used to live, Olav Shalom, where Gavin Rosenberg lives, where these over there, Eddingham and Adamsville. Anyway, so they live up over there, and the fire was climbing the hill towards their neighborhood. And they decided they got to do something to save their neighborhood, to save their block. So the two of them went and got their tefillin, and they put on their tefillin, and they prayed to God. And then, by the way, P.S., their neighborhood did not get burned. It burned up the hillside. Excuse me, Gavin Rosenberg, who lives there, has showed me footage of the flames literally burning the edge of his backyard. So it singed till the end, till the edge, and then it stopped. What's so beautiful about it is that it was Shabbos. And you're not supposed to put on tefillin on Shabbos. So when I heard about this, and I heard that the boys put on tefillin, what's so beautiful about it is that there was a time in history that if there was a Jew who didn't know enough to know that you don't put on tefillin on Shabbos, there wasn't a chance that this Jew was going to put on tefillin, period. In other words, if you weren't a knowledgeable Jew, if you weren't a student of the religion, if you weren't a scholar, then you weren't in the program. Today, because of the way our people have changed and have rolled with the times, people are doing mitzvahs out of such plain, pure sincerity that the action is so pure that it is not even accompanied by even the most basic knowledge sometimes. Another kid here in Calabasas who was telling me how he went to a restaurant on Pesach with his family, and they brought him a whatever it was, a pastrami sandwich, non-kosher restaurant. And he asked them, he says, no, I asked you to bring me just without the bread because we can't have bread. But the pastrami is not kosher. The ability to do mitzvahs without waiting for your knowledge to be perfect, without waiting for you to be perfect, is so perfect that it's really a wake-up call to those who do have knowledge of their Yiddishkeit to try, obviously not to minimize your knowledge. It's always important to learn and to grow, but to try to do mitzvahs with the same sincerity, with the same raw purity of the mitzvah that these boys put on tefillin with on Shabbos. And I wish I myself that what I put on tefillin on a regular weekday, that I could do it with the same heartfelt sincerity that those boys put on tefillin on Shabbos.
Nice. Chaim.
Yes, that was indeed a good story. So it's, by the way, it's a kind of a story that you can appreciate and that you can get goosebumps from if you appreciate the beauty of every individual mitzvah. But if Yiddishkeit is a way of life and that's all, the story is going to fall flat. Because if there's no way of life, then what's the point of putting on tefillin one time? Especially if you're putting it on when you're not even supposed to put on tefillin on Shabbos like that. It's hard to explain to someone who doesn't enjoy that particular richness of an individual mitzvah. But if you appreciate the fact that of how much Hashem loves each one of us and how much nachas he must have gotten from boys who thought, what can we do that will be a merit, and they decided to put on tefillin, and they did not even have enough knowledge to know that you don't put on tefillin on Shabbos, and yet those people with their deficient knowledge knew the most important thing, that if you want to do something for your community, do something for Hashem.
Nice.
It's a beautiful thing. So we asked about who people want to hear a particular song. Yuri Kushner wants to hear Charasho. And Shaya Rothenberg wants to hear the new Vizakeni. Do you know what he's referring to?
Sure do.
Okay, so let's hear the Russian lyrics of Charasho. Please put in an extra effort to make it particularly Polish sounding so that Yuri will be happy.
Хорошо, хорошо, слава Богу, хорошо, здесь друзья и семья, время праздновать пришло. Хорошо, хорошо, жить, любить, смеяться, петь, и не просто жить, а очень хорошо, хорошо. Я-ба-ба-ба-ба-бам, хорошо, я-ба-би-ба-ба-бам, хорошо, хорошо, слава Богу, хорошо. Slava Bogu, хорошо.
What happened to the Ochin Harasho?
Yeah, Tanya, that's probably bad for you.
I said it, no?
Did you say? Maybe because of your Polish accent, I didn't hear it.
I didn't even know I was talking Russian. You had no idea I changed languages.
I thought that was Farsi. I thought that was the Farsi we want Mashiach now.
Хорошо, хорошо, слава Богу, хорошо. Здесь друзья и семья. Время праздновать пришло. Хорошо, хорошо. Жить любить, смеяться, петь. И не просто жить, а очень, очень хорошо. Хорошо.
So those words, what are those rich words there at the end? Don't just live good, live very good. What are the Russian words?
Yuri, what are the Russian words?
If they're not in context, you don't remember them. Atapiet.
Lubi. I don't know.
Okay, but the meaning of them is still...
love isn't there, like Lubavitch. Lubi.
And what does that mean?
Live, love. Russian. I don't speak Russian.
No.
Like Tati says, what do you mean? That was a long time ago. I don't remember what. Okay.
Then how does he remember?
Beautiful. And what is the Nuva Zakeni? Can you give us a piece of it?
Oy v'zakeni, v'zakeni, take my children by the hand, help them walk along your way. May they never go astray. May they know you as I know you. Oh Hashem, accept my plea. Give me children who'll give nachas. V'zakeni.
Okay. Wait, now I have to ask you for a personal favor. Oh, Yuri said Ochin Harasho. Very good. I know that he's telling us what the words are, but I'm going to take it as a compliment because we can take it however we want. Let's do me a favor. Sing Avremel's Kane L'Shimcha from his first album, and then I'll let you go.
Oy Kane L'Shimcha Noiro V'Nikdosh Chazei Charmecho Neros V'Nidosh Tanei L'Shimcha Noiro V'Nikdosh Chazei Charmecho Neros V'Nidosh Oy Zeruyeinu Kabeit Shir Lecho Yichudosh Kaimeim V'Hachayim V'Vinyan Beis HaMikdosh V'chazo Yischon Oirvois V'yoison Hayomi Mitonu Haflei
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's that.
I wish more people would ask me to sing those songs.
Why?
Anytime you want somebody to ask you to sing one of those songs, call me and I'll ask you.
You got it.
It was very beautiful. Ara Aizman, from the heart to the heart. Thank you. Baruch Hashem. All right, Benny. We'll do this again in Mitzvah Hashem.
Yeah.
Stay healthy and wealthy and wise. And again, ladies and gentlemen, this is a time when even if you're not a music fan, you would be doing a mitzvah to buy some music albums because the guys have no jobs.
That is true. You see, Nami, give us a Boire Elam Bekinyan. I don't think so.
What is that, the high one?
Boire Elam Bekinyan. Naslim Zabinyan. Boire Elam Bekinyan. Yeah.
That was very nice. By the way, talk about a request. Give us a Beire Elam. Chami has very, very high expectations of you. That was very nice. That was a very nice Beire Elam. What was I just going to say? Oh, yes, the album. The album is found on a website called akumsitsintherain.com. I'm going to put it again. Oh, my phone doesn't remember it.
You don't.
And everybody, if you're listening, go ahead, make a purchase, enjoy it. It's got no music. It's just pure vocals, pure Benny Friedman with a few guests. Enjoy it in good health.
Amen.
And Benny, we look forward to the Chabad Nigunim album. I understand that it takes time to make these things, and I understand Donnie Gross likes to schlep things out, so I won't be expecting it before tomorrow night. Earliest, right?
It's still not by tomorrow night, but
yeah. I mean, why not? Why not come out with another single, with another this? Why not? Why not?
You're right.
Hurry up! This strange period in history is almost over. 1 second, Ellie Friedman. That's me. I'm confused. Bishvili. I don't understand what the request. What's the request, Bishvili? You know the song Bishvili?
Bishvili.
Oh, very nice. Can we get Bishvili? That request is coming from the Heiche Fensters. All right. Thank you very much. Hatzlacha in your work. You inspired a lot of people. May you merit to see a lot of nachas from Shalom.
Amen.
Shalom, what kind of nachas you giving your dad?
I don't know.
We discovered him yesterday. He's making me very proud.
Don't be humble. Tell me what kind of nachas you're giving him.
I'm trying to get my car license. I'm trying to clean up my room.
Trying to get his driving license before he's age 16.
Beautiful. Excellent. If ever that can happen, now is the time. Yeah, all kinds of strange things are happening. So if you want to get your license now, Shalom, now is the time to do it. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Seid alle gesund. Everybody be well. And we'll see you next time. Thank you, Benny, for getting the solo interviews off to a wonderful start. Sei gesund.
Chaim.